Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's like Christmas came early with this crazy lot I was able to find. Let's dive in. This lot is absurd. It's absolutely massive, and I am so excited to get started with it. I spent 800 bucks on this ridiculous assortment of broken tech. I'm gonna very briefly have a pop-up showing the list of all the items. I also wrote a little script to calculate the amount that I paid per item based on its value. So I'm gonna flash those numbers on the screen here as well. And I really wasn't joking when I said it felt like Christmas. The ratios on this are absolutely ridiculous. And one more thing I should mention, since there were so many items in this lot, it would be basically impossible to fit them all into one video. So today, we're gonna be started with the Gameboys. So we've got a beautiful Game Boy SP to work on. We've got a Game Boy Advance. And we've got two Game Boy Classics to work on. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Back at the workbench, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this assembled, and we'll go from there. Definitely looks like there's signs of water damage on here, which is fairly expected. Like I said, I knew that there were at least like two that I thought I saw signs of water damage on. And I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking at here. Do a quick visual inspection. Yeah, that looks bad. But not on a point though, so. Coils. Well, first of all, I'm just going to clean this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the whole board out so I can take a look at that on the other side as well, because it looks like it goes all the way through. Honestly, it kind of looks fine, which is like there's this residue above the speaker. I don't know if that's flux. Like, it looks like someone installed another speaker on it at some point. But other than that, I don't really see anything. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a little critter. Oh, that's gross. Ew. What the fuck? Nasty. So, somewhat on a whim, just because I felt I should try since I cleaned the corrosion, I decided to just try to turn it on. And it actually works now, just from cleaning off the corrosion. I don't have a cartridge to test it, so I've gone ahead and ordered one. So, turn that off. I'm just gonna cut ahead to when I get it, and hopefully that's gonna be all it needs. That's gonna be hilarious if that's it. But I have ordered Minish Cap, and that's gonna be really great to try out. Boom, time skip. And guess what? That was all it needed. So batteries are a little low, but it fully boots into Minish Cap. Absolutely absurd. It was just corrosion. So cool. That is one of them down already. So let's move on to the Game Boy SP. Let's see if that does anything with the cartridge. I'm under the impression the seller said that didn't. So we'll see. So Game Boy SP, Minish Cap. Let's pop that in. And nothing. We also don't get a Nintendo logo. So what that tells me is that it's probably not detecting the cartridge. So let's inspect these pins. There does appear to be maybe rust on the actual frame part there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take this apart and let's check it for water damage first before we go any further. Okay, so it's pretty dirty. I don't think it's water damage. Or well, there's a little bit of corrosion, but like not on any of the components on the board. So what I'm ultimately gonna do, I'm just gonna do a cleaning, and then I'm going to test it, and if we get nothing, I'm gonna check all of the pins under the microscope. I do see, so it wasn't making any noise at boot up, and the speaker does have corrosion on it. I actually bought a 2-pack of these a while back, so I have a spare. So I'm just gonna replace that straight up while I have the chance, or while I've got it out of the chassis. Oh, let's pop that in there. There we go, we get sound. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Do we get... Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, you're kidding me. It just needed a cleaning? I'm not gonna play too much more of that. I don't want to get copyright struck for no reason. Wow, it really was just the corrosion. There wasn't even any corrosion on the board. The corrosion was on the speaker. So it literally just needed a speaker replacement. That's insane. Let's get this fully reassembled. That is so lucky. What the hell? Okay. Let me just double check that this is all set up still. Yes, it is. Awesome. That is so exciting. Okay, that is another one down. That's so cool. So now we're on to the next two, which are both original Game Boys. No power on either of them. I don't have cartridges. They're on order, so we're waiting on those. However, I can go ahead and start diagnosing the power issues. Start with this one. That was just arbitrary. Picked one. So let's double check that this is no power. Let me grab some batteries. Now we should get a Game Boy logo with no Nintendo logo. And we get absolutely nothing. Okay, so we'll get this taken apart and let's get started. So I just noticed something actually. It's like very obviously water damage on the terminals right here. You can literally see like the green and blue. So let's get this taken apart and let's clean that. If it's gonna be another battery terminal issue, that would be hilarious. But let's take this apart and we will know for sure. I do see two of the pins on this ribbon cable are kind of ripped up. I don't know if that's the actual fault, but this was clearly the worst side of the two. Okay, yeah, so I see that loop's kind of around this whole thing for the cartridge. And it's all the way, it completely covers this whole part here. So I'm going to clean that off real quick, and I think we're gonna go ahead and just switch to the microscope view to take a look at it. Or well, I'll clean it first, and we'll test it. And if it works, that'll be crazy. Okay, so let's pop in some batteries and check that real quick. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Damn. Okay, that would have been sick. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get this under the microscope and let's do a little bit of further analysis on it. Okay, so here's something interesting I found. So I believe these are some old school ceramic capacitors. And the back of them, lie to me and tell me that's not shorted together. So this is the other one on the top side. Oh. Wait, how is it short on... Wait, did I just hit the wrong thing? I assume? I feel so silly. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. But other than me noticing that originally, I don't see anything wrong with this board. I don't see any other water damage or anything like that. Let's just test some resistors just because. This one's 100 ohms. Sure, why not? 100 ohms on the dot. Are there more? That capacitor we already checked. Let's check this guy. 1 kilo ohm resistor. Is that a coil beside it? Or is that a thermo? Whatever it's called. I can't even think of the name. Also, yeah, that's 1 kilo ohm. 3.6 volts. Okay. This is an electrolytic capacitor, I believe. Just based on what it looks like. This is scoring 9. I don't know what that unit is. Which it's, yeah, 10. Scoring. Oh no, it went up to 10 actually. When it was on hold. So it does score correctly. Let's go through and check these pins. I know that these really commonly like desolder and come off. These all glued. That is what that is. Interesting. Ooh, what is that? Where does that go on the other side? I don't see any other damaged vias. I'm not even sure if this one's damaged necessarily, or if that's just like a film on it. That looks... I don't know. That looks bad. On the back, it leads to like what appears to be a like manually soldered on ground plane is what I believe I'm looking at. I'm gonna fill that so we know it's making a solid connection all the way through. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna fix the issue we're having, but I'm just gonna be doing this as, if nothing else, a preemptive measure. Oh, wow. That really doesn't want to stick. I thought I cleaned that enough. I guess not. Yeah, let's just check for continuity, honestly. Because that's not sticking. And I don't want to waste time if that's not gonna do anything, really. Yeah, it has continuity all the way around the ring. We're gonna call that one good. Now the other bit I saw some water damage on was this daughter board here that I'm under the impression is for sound. All the way around this plane here. I'm gonna check for continuity from this point to here where the water damage ends. From here to here. Because that's power, but I think this is a soundboard, or no, so there's a soundboard on the bottom. This might be just the power board, I'm not certain. Okay, now they have continuity. It goes all the way around. It's really interesting being able to take a look at something like this. I'm really excited for some of the other ones we're going to be doing. Like, we have an N64 as well to work on, which is pretty exciting. N64, NES, SNES. A lot of them are no power as well. A lot of dirty flux on here. I don't know if someone's been in this before or if this is just what it looks like out of the factory. The way that that light chips away makes me think it's factory though, which is kind of gross. Let's check these. Okay. I think that might, no, it might just be corrosion. That's another thing I might just be crazy again. Huh. I'm not sure. Like, it could still be this guy, because I wasn't able to clean the back very well, and that is very clearly deteriorated. Let me look for continuity between the internal bit and the actual connector on the motherboard. Yeah, we do. Weird. Oh, wait. Let me try to get the light in there a little better. A little bit of nastiness in the cartridge on those pins. I'm just gonna flood that in and use my brush though for that. I just noticed that this contact pad right here actually, so basically I was testing for voltages on the daughter board, like the main one for the screen, and I'm not getting any voltages anywhere, but I am on the bottom screen, and I noticed that this pin here connects to the top board, but it's very clearly corroded. So I can't get this off with alcohol, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of solder on it and use that to clean it. So we're going to put some solder on it and then we're going to wake it off and see if anything changes. Okay, so now we have that ground pad back. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah, no change at all, unfortunately. Let me do a little research on this. Let's see if I can find anything useful. Okay, this is super interesting because I've been going over the board trying to follow the voltages. So I've got it in the shell right now, and I've been trying to trace these 6 volts from the battery pack. And I just realized, so it actually goes on through this via. I thought this whole time that it went up to the VCC wire on the power delivery board. But no, I lifted up the little, the shielding to take a look at it, and this whole time I've been testing the wrong thing, because this is literally not the right spot. And now I feel super silly. But I don't know how to test it from here, because if I remove it to check the other side of the board, then I'm gonna have to, I guess, inject voltage, because I won't be able to see, like I won't be able to have batteries in it with the board out. So I get 6.4 volts right here, but not if I test on the, if I test right here, I don't get it, but if I test on the battery, that's fucking weird. Then I get it. Is this not making a good connection here then? Or am I just not understanding how battery terminals work? I get it here, I don't get it here. I don't know if that's just because something to do with it being in parallel or something. I'm not certain. There's so many unknowns on this board, it makes it kind of stressful to work on, because this is my first time ever working on one of these. I think I am going to inject voltage. I think I'm going to take it out and try to follow it on the other side. So let's do that really quick, and I'll jump ahead to that. Okay, so I'm injecting voltage with a 5-volt trigger board onto the battery terminals. Does this turn on? It does. Oh my god. It makes a really high-pitched noise, though. I don't know if I can only assume that's from the power board being annoying. Holy shit. So it's the battery terminals. They're just too corroded to clean, I guess, because I tried cleaning them to the best of my ability, and I could not get them working at all. So I guess I need to get new battery terminals to solder on. I'm gonna desolder these cables. I'm gonna try it on the other board and see if that's the same issue on that one as well. Okay, so this is with the other screen and board. So I get to test I'm trying to test if the other screen is also functional. So will it turn on? Oh my god. Really? Let me fix the contrast maybe? Oh, there's lines in the display. But it turns on. Like it actually does work. Oh my god. So both of them were just that. I just can't clean them well enough, I guess. Wow, what the fuck? Okay. That's crazy. I guess I'll go ahead and order a bunch of replacement ones and we'll swap those out. That's insane. I'm relieved that that's all it is, I guess, but I spent like a long time diagnosing this issue because I thought I cleaned them well enough. But I mean, evidently not. That's so insane. I guess I'll jump forward to when I've got those parts in stock. Another little time skip. So I have gotten in those battery terminals in, so we'll just set a little pile of them there. And this should be pretty quick and easy because it's only one contact point. I think I can literally just grab my iron here. I wish I had like a vise that I could hold this in. That would make this a lot easier, but I swear I can probably just do this. Yeah, easy as pie. I think I can literally just line this hole up. Yeah, that was so easy. What the heck? That was so easy. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was going to be way harder. I'm just going to put a little bit of flux on it. I didn't think it was going to be hard necessarily. I thought it was going to be like annoying to do for some reason. Like I thought there was going to be something that would go wrong, you know? Okay, let's just do the other one real quick then. And then we'll also need to figure out these ones in the shell here. I actually don't know how to get these out, so I'm just gonna kind of tug and pull on them. I don't know. Can I literally just grab them here like this? Oh my gosh, it was that tab right there. I'm so silly. Okay, so let's put the other one in. Okay, nice. These are different style tabs completely, because these ones are like pointed spirals, but these ones are just pure, like they're just regular cylinders. I don't know if that matters or if that's like better or worse. It's the same height and everything, so it shouldn't actually matter as long as it, you know, fits. We'll get this one out. And then this guy on the top just fell right out. Okay, let's give that a test. And hopefully that is going to be the answer to all of our problems. Okay, let's give that a shot. Oh my god! Let me change the contrast. Let me pop in a game. I do have Pokemon Red Edition. Unfortunately, this is a reprint, so it's not a collectible. That is so sick! I'm gonna make sure that's off. I don't want to get like my video taken down for making Nintendo mad at me. Okay, just the last thing on this one is I need to purchase a lens and glue that back in. But that is one of those Gameboys down. Okay, so this is the other one. See, I can let you see that I labeled them to not get them mixed up. It is interesting that these are like clearly different revisions, because you can see that, like, first of all, the ground planes are different between the two, and then the boards are also, the power board color is different. It's kind of neat. I don't know. It's neat to look at. Especially you can see the different positioning of certain components. It's really apparent whenever these are different revisions because they're so simplistic. Like, because these boards are so old, they're so simple. It's just neat. It's neat to look at. But anyways, since we've already seen this once, I'm going to kind of speed through this one a little bit. So let's get started. Three, two, one. Hell fucking yes. This is the one that has the lines in it though. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Let me first make sure a game works. So back to Fire Red. Or no, just Red actually. This is the original. There we go. We get the full Nintendo logo. Does it boot? Yes, it does. Okay. So let's get this out of the chassis. And let's try, there's this like solder trick where you can kind of rub against the bottom of the screen to reconnect some of those traces to get rid of those lines. Let's see if that's going to be all it is, or if it's going to need a new screen, which if that is the case, I'm just going to sell it with the lines. So let's find out. Okay, so let's turn this on. So all we're gonna do here, we're gonna turn our soldering iron to 450 degrees Celsius. Actually, before that, we do need to gently remove this rubber piece here. I did forget about that. So we're just going to gently rub the ribbon. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So I'll get this all reassembled and then we are all set. Okay, so one last step. I do have one lens that it came with. So we are going to clean off the adhesive and apply some new stuff. Oh, I didn't realize how thin that layer was actually. I can't use metal on it. Let's switch to this one. Yeah, it's really scuffed up. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order new lenses and do that off camera. But that is where we end it for today. We managed to fix all 4 of the consoles, so that's pretty awesome. let's go ahead and we'll move over to the spreadsheet and let's see how we're doing. So our estimated sales, we're looking at around $80 for some of these before eBay fees. The Game Boy Classic has gone down a little bit this month, so it's probably going to be closer to like 60, but the Game Boy SP has actually gone up in price, so it kind of evens out. But our estimated profit total looks to be around $207, which is pretty damn good for the first haul of this little mini series, mini part of Fortune or Folly. Also, a little self-plug, if you go to my link, fixwitch.com, you'll see I have my store linked. I also made a Blue Sky account and a TikTok account. I don't know how commonly I'll be posting on those, but they are there for you to look at. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.